Namaste. And thank you for joining me for this about 60-minute vinyasa flow. We're going to begin today in Shavasana. So take your time to arrive on your back, laying flat on the mat, legs extended comfortably, arms at your side. Take a few wiggles to settle in. And then take a deep inhale, followed by a long exhale out through the nose. Let's take 2 more of those. Fill all the way up on the inhale. Exhaling out through the nose, long and slow. One more. And allow those breaths like waves to just wash over the body. Allowing yourself to center into your space, into your mat, into yourself. Preparing the mind to focus in on the body and the breath. And as you lay here and breathe, I invite you to bring an image or a mantra, an intention, a favorite memory, something that brings you deep calm. Something that when you think about, your shoulders relax, your heart feels happy, your mind is fully present. So it can be anything. Just bring that to mind and allow that feeling or imagery to fill up the body with that sense of ease and comfort, happiness, presence, whatever descriptors would best represent that calmness that you're bringing to mind right now. Take a few more breaths in and out, filling up into that calm intention. Exhaling, letting it wash over you through the breath. And then begin to reawaken the physical body, keeping that feeling of calm. As you begin to roll the wrists and the ankles. And begin to bring the legs together. Inhale, reach up overhead, point the toes for a stretch. And then exhale the right knee in towards your chest. Grab the knee with your fingertips clasped around it. And as you inhale, draw that right knee in. As you exhale, press out through that left heel, finding wind-removing pose. Lengthening through the front of the left leg. Squeezing the right knee in towards the armpit. Lifting it up towards the shoulder, pressing it in. Again, same time, you're pressing out through the left heel, or flattening the foot as if you're standing against the floor or pressing up against a wall. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Release the knee, extend the right leg long. Point the toes, inhale, reach up overhead, big breath in. Exhale, draw the left knee in this time, clasping your fingertips around the left leg, drawing that left knee in towards the armpit. Flatten the right foot, press out through that right heel. Keep the neck relaxed, so slightly tucking the chin, not too much, just a few millimeters. Squeeze in on the left, press out through the right. One more inhale. And then exhale, release the knee, leg lengthens, arms reach up overhead. And then release them down next to you as if you were moving to mountain pose, but on our backs. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale them down. And then find happy baby. So bringing both knees in towards your chest, reaching between the knees to grab your shins, ankles, toes, maybe the outer edges of the feet. And then just begin to take any movements that seem natural for you. Maybe rocking left and right, or extending the legs up and then bending the knees. Begin to tune into your breath. Tune into the desires of your body, what would feel good right here, right now. And then just allow yourself to play around with that for about 3 more breaths. Then coming to a quiet spine where you reach the shoulders up towards the ears and exhale them down your back, still in child's pose here. Tuck that left heel in towards your groin. Extend the right leg out long next to you. Maybe your knee stays bent. Lengthening through the inner right leg. One more inhale, press out through that right heel. And exhale, bending at the right knee. Tuck the right heel in as you extend the left leg out long. Press out through the left heel. Keeping hold of your shin or your toe, wherever you've got on your leg there. Press out through that left heel, lengthening through the left leg. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, tuck the heels in towards each other. Release the toes or wherever you're holding. And then cross or draw the knees in, crossing the arms in front of the knees and from the shins. Tucking the chin in, roll the forehead up so you're curled into a little ball. Deep breath in here. And then begin to roll up and down the spine. Maybe one side of the spinal column and then the other. Up and down the mat. Maybe starting to gain a little momentum. Until you begin to sit up. So feet on the mat. Walk the hands a few inches behind you. And we're going to take seated or figure 4. So walk the heels away from you if you need a little bit of length here. Lift the right foot up, cross that right ankle over the left knee. And then you can either walk your hands forward, looking for a stretch deep in that right hip. Bringing your chest towards the right leg. Another way you can do this is bring the left heel in. Or you can just stay where you're at. If you need a little bit deeper stretch, you can take that top leg like a little baby. Release the left leg down. Make sure your back stays a little bit straight here. So if you're curled all the way over trying to rock the baby, just be patient with yourself. Maybe today is not the day for that. Just keep it on the leg. Keep yourself propped up. No judgment. No need to be in one shape versus the other. It's whatever works best for you today. So just gently rock that hip, whether you're cradling it in your arms or it is still hooked over the knee. And gentle movements, connecting it with the breath. And then place that knee or that foot back down on the knee if you took the cradle version. Prop yourself up. And we're going to move into a reverse plank here. So you can keep the leg crossed if you want a little bit of a challenge. Otherwise, just gently release that right foot to the mat. Lift the toes if you have both feet on the mat. So I think you can do this with the leg crossed as well. So this can be a big hamstring strengthener. So feel free to keep the foot flat if you want to start there. And then we're going to take a couple of these. So don't push yourself too much into it. Maybe the first time you keep the foot down. If you're already warmed up and moving around today, feel free to lift the toes. On an inhale, lifting from the core. So bring that awareness to the core. Breath comes in, hips comes up. Exhale it back down. Maybe lifting those toes. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale down one more time. Inhale, lifting up through the belly button. Hold this time for the exhale. Look up. Slow motion release down. Lower the left foot. Uncross the right. Take a few windshield wipers before we move to the other side. And on this side, feel free to adjust to your energy level. If you took it a little too far, just tone it back. If you feel okay, maybe you step it up a little bit. All right, so other side. Take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee. You can either walk your hands in, bringing your chest towards the front leg, or you can walk that right heel in, or both. Maybe take the left leg in your hand like a cradle, extend the right leg long. Whichever variation you take, just a gentle rocking. Easing into that left hip, maybe the left glutes. If you feel it somewhere else, just take notice of that. Breathe in where you're at. Make sure your back is mostly straight here. And then when you're ready, drawing that right heel in if it's not already there, planting the left leg back down, preparing for our next movement, our big hamstring strengthener. And again, keeping the foot down maybe to start and then lifting the toes to increase the weight onto the hamstrings through this. So inhale into the belly button area, exhale it out, using that energy from your core. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hips up. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale. Slow motion, lowering down. Uncross the legs. Gentle windshield wiper left and right. When that feels good, we're going to bring our legs behind us and meet in tabletop, hands and knees. Extend the right leg long, toes touching, press back through that heel so you feel a lengthening in the calf muscle. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back, and then we'll switch sides. Drop that right knee gently, extend the left leg long, same thing. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale back, feel it in the calf. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then keeping those left toes on the mat, extend that right leg back to meet it for plank pose, or you can just lower your knees here and drop the hips a little bit. Or modified push-up version if that's a more familiar term for you. So from your plank, a couple breaths in here, spin the biceps forward, ribs coming in, deep breaths, exhale out through the mouth, lower the knees, lower the chest and the chin. Inhale to cobra, untuck the toes, draw the shoulders away from the ears, lighten the hands, looking a few inches in front of you. Squeeze the elbows together, one more inhale. Exhale, press it back. Child's pose, hips over heels, forehead to the mat. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, grab a block or a pillow or whatever prop you have and lower the forehead to that prop. But you should be in contact with something in your child's pose. Tailbone becoming heavy, releasing down towards the heels. Side bodies expanding with the lungs on the inhales. One more breath in here. Exhale it all out. Coming back to tabletop on your inhale, tuck the toes, and we'll lift up into downward facing dog. Spread your fingertips wide. Biceps come forward, lift the knees just a few inches. Shift the hips back like you're crouching. You can even do a few back and forth. Inhale forward, exhale back, knees lifted, inhale forward, exhale back, stay here, then begin to straighten through the legs, keeping a little knee bend here. Lift up through the tailbone, press the sitting bones back. Gaze is between the knees or up towards your belly button. Shoulders plugged into their sockets, chin is tucked. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Look between your hands. Make your way to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins, long through the spine. Exhale, fold. Deep bend in the knees here. Your belly should be resting on your thighs. You should be able to plant your hands. Release the head down. And then step that right foot back, lower the right knee. Untuck the toes, low lunge. Reach the arms up overhead. Square the hips towards the top of the mat, shoulders squared. So we're not lowering into the lunge here. We're nice and aligned. Ears over shoulders, over hips. Exhale, cactus your arms, 90-degree angle. And then pull the elbows back together. Exhale, bring the hands together, bring the palms together. Not like you're doing that one machine at the gym. Pectorals, I think it works. Yeah. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open. Goalpost arms. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of the foot. Prop up on that back foot. Step back to high plank. Breath out. Inhale to downward facing dog. Big breath out. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Keep lifting up through the sitting bones. Relax your neck. And bring your chest towards your thighs. Final inhale. Final exhale. Open the mouth as you let the air go. Look between your hands. Make your way back to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Knees deeply bent, forward fold. Oh, the chest is on the thighs. Hands come to the mat. This time, stepping the left foot back for a low lunge. Lower the left knee, untuck the back toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead as you lift up. Align yourself. Left hip pulls forward, right hip pulls back. Shoulders and hip points facing the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen up a little bit more. Exhale, lower the elbows. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, lower the elbows. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together, pulling the elbows back, opening through the chest. Exhale, bring the arms together. Inhale to open as far as you can. Exhale, pull it together. One more time. Inhale to open. Exhale, close. Inhale, bring the arms back out to goalpost shape. And then inhale, reach it up. Exhale, plant your hands. Tuck the back toes. Step back to plank. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Find some weight in the heels. Let your head hang heavy. Look towards the top of the mat. Make your way there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand. Dramatically roll the spine up like a wave. Arms come up overhead. Exhale to mountain. Close the eyes. Become balanced and firm in your stance, rooting down through the feet. Lengthening up through the legs, through the tailbone, up through the spine. Relax the shoulders, down the back. Lift up through the tip of the ears. And coming back to that calm memory, intention, word, whatever you brought to mind in our starting posture. Take a deep breath into that calm. And exhale, let it out. Blink open the eyes. Sweep the arms up overhead as you sink the hips back. Chair pose. Should be able to wiggle your toes here. Weight in the heels. And inhale, tuck the tailbone. And then exhale, stick it out, arch the back. So finding cat and cow in our chair pose. Noticing the curvature of the spine, what feels good, what feels too much. And then neutralize, find your chair pose. Sink down and back, reach it up. One more inhale, look up. Exhale, fold palms together, chest comes over the thighs. Again, keeping a deep bend in the knees. So you're almost like in tabletop with the knees bent and the hands together at center. One more inhale here. Exhale, drop the head. Release the hands, send them back behind you, and then swing them up on an inhale. By swing, I mean really slowly. Come up to stand. Shift the weight to the left leg. Bring that right knee up. Stay here. Ground down through that left foot. Reaching up with the right leg, right knees parallel to the earth. Ground down with the foot, reach up with the arms. One more inhale. Exhale, drop the hands, begin to shift your weight forward, sending that right foot back. Just tap the toes. Your inhale brings that right knee back up. One-legged mountain, inhale. Exhale, slow motion, dropping it a few feet behind you. Arms follow. Inhale it back up, last time. Exhale, gently lowering it back with the arms swinging back, and find warrior one. So plant that right heel, widen your stance if you need, right toes, a little bit of an angle, squaring the hips and the shoulders towards the top of the mat, arms rise. Big breath in here. Exhale it out. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring both hands on the inside of the left foot for lizard. Lift that back heel. Maybe you need to walk that foot back. Maybe you want to lower to your knee. That's fine too. 3 breaths here. Inhale, pull the heart through the center, finding cow. Exhale, finding cat pose, squeezing the left leg in towards the left arm, curling the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, opening. It's okay if that left knee opens over the side of the mat. Exhale, curl in. One more time. Inhale to open. Heart comes through. Exhale, curling it in, tucking the chin. And finding that neutral lizard pose. Lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Send that left foot back until you're in your tabletop. And lift the toes. So you're kind of in your modified push-up. Drop the hips a little, pull the heart through the center. Big breath in. Exhale, child's pose. Hips over heels. Chest on your knees, or you can widen your knees to the edges of the mat and lower your chest to the earth. Forehead meets something below the floor or a block. One more inhale here. One more exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Tuck the toes, meeting knee, and downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. Long and slow counts as you move through class. And as you practice more, you'll be able to deepen your breath with each inhale. Trying to get the belly to expand first. Look between your hands, top of the mat for a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Drop the hips, lengthen through the back. Send the arms back behind you. Inhale to chair, drop the hips, weight in the heels, lifting the heart. Breathe. One more inhale here. Exhale, taking that half forward fold, chest over the thighs, reaching the arms back. On your next inhale, back to chair. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Finding your neutral spine. If you need to do a few cat and cows to remember where that is, go for it. And then inhale to stand, reach it up. Keep the arms lifted, shift the weight to the right foot. Begin to lift that left knee up. Left leg is parallel to the mat. Finding your balance. Ground down to reach up, but keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the face soft. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop the hands down as you shift the weight forward, sending those left toes back, lengthening through the left leg. Just a little, like you're sticking your toes in the water just to test out the temperature. Press into the right foot, inhale, reach the arms up to lift. Left leg comes with one-legged mountain. Exhale, send it back. Just touching the toes. Inhaling it up. And this time, taking your time still, shift the weight forward, send the left leg back to warrior one, plant that left foot down. Set up your stance if you need to widen your feet. Left leg is long, right knee is bent, reach the arms up. Bring that right hip back, left hip forward, just square the hip and shoulder points to the top of the mat. You'll feel a lengthening in the front hip flexor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to the inside of the right foot, lizard pose. Step that left foot back, lift the left heel. Stay lifted if you did so on the other side, otherwise you can lower that knee down. And take your cat and cow breath here. Shrugging the shoulders down, reaching the heart forward, opening that right knee if you need. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl the spine, draw the right knee in towards the right shoulder, tucking the chin on the exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale to open, pull the shoulder blades together, reach the heart through. Exhaling, curling it in. Coming back to neutral spine. Lower that left knee, untuck the toes. Bring that right knee back. And then finding your modified plank, lifting the left or the both toes up, lowering the hips, pulling the biceps forward, looking up. Child's pose, lower the shins, shift the hips over the heels, forehead down, arms extended. 3 breaths of rest. Feel free to take those deep cleansing breaths in child's pose if you need. And then inhale, look up, and begin to walk forward. Lower the forearms to the mat, fingertips spread wide, tuck the toes, and lift up into forearm plank. Again, if at any time you can lower those knees if you need. Try to keep the spine neutral, so somewhat lengthened here. But if you can, lifting into that forearm plank, shoulders are over the elbows. Squeezing the elbows in towards each other, pressing the palms down. Neck is neutral. Shoulder blades together. 1 more inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, child's pose. This time sweep the arms back behind you, lowering the tops of the hands next to your feet. Or if you'd like to take your palms together at your low back, you can clasp your hands. Reach the shoulders back, pulling your fists away from you. Maybe lifting up overhead. Or take normal child's pose or any comforting, relaxing posture. Lower the hands, release the fists, release the fingers if you took that extra bind. And starting with the base of the spine, begin to roll up. So you're keeping the head lower, rolling the spine up, low back, mid back, shoulders, neck, chin. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the right hand, lift the left, little side body stretch, shift the legs over the left side. Your inhale brings you up all the way over to the other side. Left hand comes down. Inhale, reach the right arm up, drop the right hip over that right foot. Inhale back to center. Walk the hands out in front of you, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more of those. Deep inhales. Slow exhales. Bring your awareness to your left foot. And without swinging it, so we're not going to step the left foot back at all. You're going to use your own strength, your own mobility to bring that left foot in between the hands. If it takes a few hops, if it takes you grabbing your foot and helping yourself out, do it. Just don't swing the leg back. We want to work on that mobility, that strength. All right, spin that back heel down when you're there, making warrior two legs. So your left foot is facing the top of the mat. Left heel is in line with the back right heel. Ground down on your exhale. To inhale, reach it up. Blossom the arms open. Sinking into that lunge. Bring the shoulder blades together. Reach out through the fingertips. Gaze is over the front left fingertips. 2 more breaths here in warrior two. Right leg is straight. Left knee is tracking over the toes. Open through the hips. Open through the shoulders. We've got 1 more breath. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Exhale to side angle lunge, left elbow to left knee, right arm comes up. You can either keep that elbow propped or you can reach that left hand down, opening through your wings. Powerful in the legs. Peaceful, calm, moving that right arm up a little bit. Inhale it overhead. And then cactus your arm and draw it back, almost like you're pulling something over your head. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus arm. 1 more time. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, pull it down. Reach that left hand back, coming up. Straighten that front leg. And then step forward to mountain pose. 2 breaths here. You can close your eyes if you need. Refocus. Bringing that calm back. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale to chair, drop the hips, send the weight back into the heels. Heart comes up, neutral spine, wherever you're inclined to go. Maybe tuck the tailbone, maybe stick it out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Downward facing dog. If you feel inclined, you can lower it through cobra and up dog. Back to downward facing dog. We'll meet you there. 2 more breaths in downward facing dog. Notice any difference in the feeling between the legs. Relax the face. Looking back at your feet. Find your right foot. And then taking your time, using your own strength, draw that right foot in and plant it between your front hands. Take as much time as you need. When you're there, spin the back heel down. Bending into that right knee. Right foot facing the top of the mat. Right heel's in line with that back left arch, so just line it up as best you can. And then inhale. Exhale, ground down. Press into the earth with the feet. Inhale, reach it up, swing that left arm open and back. Sink down, right fingertips forward. Reaching out at the same time, squeezing the shoulder blades in. This is a big hip opening here. Sink down, press the hips forward, press the heart forward, gaze over the front fingertips, and then watch your palm lift towards the sky, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Left hand comes to your back leg, opening to that side body. Exhaling to side angle lunge, right elbow to right knee. Reach that left arm up. Keep your right elbow here. You can open through the arm. Keeping the upper body straight, keeping that right shoulder open so your heart is open. And then reach that left hand overhead. Exhale, bending at the elbow like you're pulling something through. Reach it back up, repeat. Overhead. Exhale, cactus arm, drawing it down. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, pull. Left arm comes back. Ground down. To inhale, reach it up. Straighten that front leg. Look towards the top of the mat. Slight bend if you need. Step to mountain at the top of the mat. 2 breaths here. Refocusing. Maybe closing the eyes. On your exhale, make it as long and drawn out as you can. Keep pressing out the air. Hold it. Inhale for 3 or 4 counts. 1, 2, 3. If you got it, keep holding. 4. Exhale it out. Blink open the eyes. Inhale to chair. Sink the hips back. Drop the hips. Weight in the heels. Look up. Shift the weight to that left foot. Begin to bring that right knee up with you and cross that right ankle over the left knee. Another option you can do is if you have your block, setting it right down next to your foot. If you know this is not going to work for you, you want to play around. Weight to the left foot, crossing that leg, and you can tap your toes. Use that as a toe stand. All right, so crossing the leg or using your block. Bring the palms together at heart center. This is figure 4. If you got this, begin to come up out of the hips. So press the hips back, reach the heart forward, lengthening. Maybe beginning to bring your chest over the leg. Maybe your hands come down to the block or the floor. Maybe they stay at your heart. Find a spot to focus on and bring back to mind that calming memory or phrase. Feel that joyfulness, that ease, that peacefulness wash over your body despite the strengthening work that you're doing. Finding challenge in the pose and peace in the mind. Just breathe. 2 more rounds of breath if you can. To gently come out, press into that left foot. Coming up to stand. Uncross the leg, release it down, release the hands, and then shake it out. Whatever you need to do. Shrug the shoulders, shimmy the hips, let out a noise, whatever you need to do. Let it go. You did it, and we move on. Inhale to chair. Send the hips back, sink them down. Weight in the heels, heart lifts. Shift the weight to the right foot this time. If you're using your block, move it over while you're halfway down there. All right, so our weight's in the right foot. Begin to stand up into that that right leg is grounding down. Left knee comes up. Exhale, cross it over. Either heel on top of the thigh, or just crossing at the knees and propping your toe on your block. Remember, there's a couple different heights of the block, so move it around. Each side's going to be a little bit different. As you find your figure 4, sink the hips back. So you're pressing back with the hips, reaching forward with the heart. Neck is neutral. Find your calm face and your calm breath. Your calm place, memory, phrase, mantra. Take your physical body there. Stay with yourself. Be in that place. 2 more breaths, if it's good for you to do so. And then to stand up, press into that right foot, lengthen through the spine, coming up. Uncross the leg, release the hands. Shake it out. Big breath out. On your inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Press the hips forward, reach the arms back, a little back bend here. Then bend the knees, keeping the arms and the heart lifted. Exhale, fold over your knees. Again, taking that kind of halfway lift stance with the spine straight, belly on the thighs, reaching the hands back. Inhale to our last chair, I promise. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step the feet back, plank pose. Lower to the forearms. Forearm plank. Couple options here. You can stay here in forearm plank. You can lower to Sphinx pose. Or if you're ready for a challenge, taking dolphin. So lifting at the hips, walking the toes in. Keep the shoulders in line over the elbows. Important to relax your neck here. So strengthening through the shoulders. Find your breath. Relax the head. When you're ready, walk it back. And everyone will meet on their bellies for Sphinx pose. Forearms extended in front of you. We're about shoulder width distance apart. Palms face down. Shoulders relaxed. Heart pulling through. Toes pressing down. Gaze straight ahead. Close your eyes. Allow the breath to calm. Inhale the right heel in towards your glutes. And then maybe moving that left arm in a little bit to center, you reach back with that right hand to grab onto that right foot and press it down. Maybe you're still reaching for it. Maybe you don't even reach for it. Maybe you just stay in. So lots of options. Find what's going to work for you and your body today. And you feel good release. Bring that forearm back to the mat and switch sides. Tuck that left heel in. Bend the left knee. Maybe your left thigh comes off the mat. Reach that left arm back and around, reaching for that foot if you've got it. Maybe pulling it down, finding that quad stretch. Gently release. Lower all the way to your belly. Bring the palms next to your chest. Rest on one side of your face. And inhale to cobra, lifting the heart. Drawing the shoulders down the back, squeezing the elbows in. Exhale, lower, opposite side of the face down. We'll take one more cobra. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Pull forward, so scrub forward, then lift it up. Elbows reaching back, neck is neutral. Tuck the toes, maybe pressing yourself up to a plank. Get there however you need to. Downward facing dog. Walk the toes in a little bit. Shorten your stance, bend your knees. Lift up through the hips. And look between your hands. Walk your feet up between your hands, lower onto your seat. Walk your hands a few inches behind you. Bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to open. So you can either stay here, or you can lower onto your forearms, or maybe onto blocks. Try to keep the heart open. Lift a little through the belly. And then try to soften through the inner thighs. When you're ready, slowly press back up into your hands. Sitting all the way up straight. Take your hands to the outside of your knees. Close the knees together like a book. And then take a few windshield wipers, left and right, lowering the knees to one side and then the other. And then scoot your hips forward towards your heels, lower all the way onto your back. We're preparing for bridge pose. Lower the arms to your sides, walk the heels in a little bit more if you can. And remember to drawing that energy into the center, so in towards the core. So we're going to lift from our belly button, press the feet into the mat. Press the shoulders down and away. Inhale, hips up. If you'd like to take your bridge a little bit higher, you can clasp your fingertips together underneath you. Wiggle the shoulder blades together. Forearms pressing into the mat. Make sure your neck is not too tight. Nice and loose. And imagine you've got a block between your thighs, or better yet, if it's within reach, grab your block and put it between your thighs. Notice the difference. Notice if you can lift a little bit higher, how the legs activate. Still moving from the core to lift. When you're ready to release, gently release the hands, roll the spine down. Gently remove that block. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Shift the hips to the left and lower the knees towards the right. Relax the arms to your side, looking over your left shoulder. Supine twist. 5 breaths here. If you need to deepen the twist, Just draw the knees up closer towards your right arm. You can also straighten the legs a little bit lower towards the top of the mat if you need to release that twist a little bit. You want both shoulder blades on the mat. Let everything release down. And inhale the gaze back to center. Draw the knees back up. Inhale, reach up overhead. Scoot the hips to the right. Drop the knees towards the left. Then extend the arms to your side. Look over your right shoulder. Find your twist. Shoulder blades on the mat. 5 breaths here. Softening on each exhale. Letting everything melt down. On an inhale, bring your gaze back up towards the sky. Lift the knees back up. Finding your center. Bring the arms to your side and heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat. So your stance is wide. And then gently lower the knees in towards each other. Adjust your feet as much as you need. The wider your feet go, the more intense you'll feel that opening in the hip joints. So allow the knees to fall in towards each other. And I like to reach my arms up overhead and kind of clasp my wrists or my fingertips, finding an opening in the chest here. You can play around with your arm variations, where you want to place them. Get different sensations. Relax the jaw and the face. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Release the arms first. If you take in a different variation with the arms, bring them back next to you. Heel toe the feet in. Reach the left leg tall, grab behind your knee or your hamstring, bend the knee, and then pull that knee in. Extend it long, releasing, lower it onto the mat. Other side, extend the right leg long, grab behind your knee, grabbing your hamstring, lower the knee, tuck it in, pull it in towards your chest, then extend the leg long. From here, we're taking a big stretch, point the toes, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Breathing in so much, your chest lifts, the back arches. Exhale, curl the knees in, wrap the forearms around your shins, curling into a ball, gentle rocking left and right. Really tune in here. Become acutely aware of how the body feels and what it needs next. I'm going to suggest happy baby. But as you're rocking and bringing the breath and the awareness inward, maybe you feel something different. And take whatever shape next your body's asking for. And take 5 or 6 rounds of breath to close out the movement portion of our class with whatever you're craving. And when you're ready, gently make your way to Shavasana. As we began, flat on the mat, or maybe use some props. Begin to release the toes and the feet, the ankles and the shins. Relax the knee, the thigh. Feel the hip points melt into the earth. Soften the belly and the chest, releasing the breath. And feel the back of the heart space warm against the mat. Shoulders melting down. The arms and the hands become still. Relax the neck. Release the jaw and the tongue. Soften the eyes. Allow the forehead to smooth out. Feeling your head supported on the mat. Allow the awareness of your body to just melt into your space. As a river joining the ocean, and the waters become combined and indistinguishable. Let yourself float out. I'll keep the time and bring you back when we're ready. Slowly inhale deep. Exhale out through the mouth. Take another big inhale. Filling all the way up. Exhaling all the way out. If you're not already there, once again, bringing your mind back to that calm, peaceful, joyful state. Feeling the heaviness of the body, combined with that calmness of the mind. And take 5 more rounds of breath here. after your fifth exhale, begin to slowly move the body, taking your time to roll to one side. Inhaling yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed or softly gazing down. Bring the palms together at heart center. And take a deep inhale. And slow exhale. Tucking the chin, allowing the gaze to go down to your fingertips. Pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Feeling the heartbeat. You exhale to hit air against the fingertips. You always remember this calm, this practice is here for you, within you, through whatever challenges you face. Thank you for joining me for practice, sharing the space and the rehearsal of that, holding calm in the body and the mind despite whatever challenges our physical, mental, emotional body are going through. You take that with you. May it ease your life and the life of those around you and the life of all. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, release the hands. And I'll see you next time in the virtual mat.